phoning into the Rich Eisen Show, Anquan Boldin. How are you, Anquan?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. Thank you for phoning in right in the middle of this big season for the 49ers. How big is this game for you this weekend against the Giants in your estimation?
This game is huge for us, as is every week from here on out. At this point, we're looking at every game as a one-game season. So we're going to go out and give it our all each week. But, this week we're focusing in on the Giants.
Frank Gore, a couple weeks ago, says we have to decide what we do on offense and then stick to it. What do you think he meant by that, Anquan Boldin?
I think the thing he meant by that is just being physical on offense, coming out, establishing the run. And because we know once we establish the run, everything else opens up off of that. So, we want our offensive linemen to come out, be aggressive, Frank to touch the ball as many times as possible, and, get the offense in a rhythm.
How has Colin Kaepernick matured at the position from your position, Anquan?
I think he's matured all around. I think he's becoming a great leader. Even when things aren't going in our favor, he's still a guy that, has the ability to right the ship. As a quarterback, I think he's progressing. Also, with his reads, the throws that he's making, not always relying on his legs, but still using that as a part of our offense. So I think he's maturing all around.
Anquan, at the end of that game last week against regulation, Jimmy Graham came down with the ball. The Hail Mary was called offensive pass interference. I know it worked out for you, obviously, that it was called. From your perspective as a wide receiver, with a lot of more OPI calls being made this year, do you think that was offensive pass interference, Anquan?
Yeah, I thought it was blatant, and you can tell it was an obvious pass interference because when they showed it on the replay board, the stadium, you kind of heard the silence go over, like pretty much, they made the right call. So I think the fans told it all in that one.
How has things been, I guess, from out there, outside the numbers or in the slot, as you frequently are, with a lot of these flags that we're seeing? Certainly on third down and the emphasis on the rule change. Is this something that you like, Anquan?
I just like to play football. I'm not big on all this, pass interference and all that. Just let guys go out and play football. Obviously, if things getting out of hand, you have to control it as an official. But I think you have to let guys play football.
And you got a head coach, who obviously understands offense and has played in the National Football League. How would you describe Jim Harbaugh as a head coach? Because certainly there's all the stories of his intensity and how he's a type of coach that is unsustainable with his personality with some players, and we hear about the locker room, this, that, up and down. What about from your perspective, Anquan Boldin?
From the inside, we don't have any problems. So I'm always surprised when I hear these reports come up about, there's been turmoil in the locker room, players not getting along with coach. Around here we have an open door policy. If anybody has any concerns or any problems, they're more than welcome to talk to coach. A couple of us have, taken him up on that offer and, wanted to express concerns, and he's always gave us a listening ear. So, as a coach, we appreciate him with doing that because, some coaches have it as, it's either my way or the highway, and he's not one of those type coaches.
Not one of those type coaches. And you've played for both. You won a Super Bowl against your current head coach for his brother. What's the difference in the Harbaughs? How is John different from Jim?
I think I look at their differences more when it comes to football. John is a defensive guy. Jim is more offensive minded. And for me, that's the biggest difference. I don't really read too much into personalities and stuff like that. The only thing I'm worried about is the football game.
Anquan, as I'm here in South Florida, there's a big collegiate football game in this state coming up this weekend. I'm surrounded by some Canes and Sapp and Irv on Sunday mornings. I got Dion here tonight, however. What would you like me to pass along to Michael Irvin and Warren Sapp about the upcoming contest with the U?
Well, there's not much you need to pass along. They already know it's going to take place Saturday, so I'm pretty sure they're well prepared for it. So yeah.
So you're just letting, yeah, you're just letting it
give 'em
speak
my
for itself.
regards. That's it.
Just give them my regards. I love that. Before I let you go, I'm following you on Twitter and obviously through a lot of social media. I know this, and having interviewed you before, some fans might not know about your charity work and what you and your wife, Dion, have personally been doing, and you're donating a $1 million scholarship endowment through your foundation. What is this money going to, and what are you doing it for, Anquan?
Well, it's to make sure that we can help kids further their education, to continue to go to college. This past year, we were lucky enough to give out 4 $10,000 scholarships to graduating seniors. We gave out 3 in Florida, and we gave out 1 out here in San Francisco. And for us, it's something that we want to continue to do. Even when we're dead and gone, we want our legacy to live on through other people, helping them pursue their education. Because, we've come to realize that, nowadays a high school diploma won't cut it. You have to go to college and you have to further your education to be competitive in the job market these days. So, that was our thinking on that part.
Well, Anquan, thank you. Thanks for joining. I love watching you play. Just the way you play and how physical you are, and how you just leave it out there every single weekend. And again, your stats also speak for itself. Some of them are definitely Hall of Fame quality. So I appreciate you taking the time calling into the Rich Eisen Show.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.